Hello and welcome back to another video here in the Lego room. I hope you're well. We are back in the Lego room and it has literally been a hot minute since we were last here, and we had a lovely week off. It was my wife's birthday, Mrs. Bricker, who will be joining us in this video at some point to show off all the things that she got from Disneyland. But I thought I'd do a little haul of everything that we got in Disney and indeed outside of Disney whilst we were away. Plenty of Lego and also a ton of cool Disney stuff as well. Let's dive right into it. We have got a couple of bits and pieces. I'm going to start with some of the stuff we picked up from the Lego store. We went to 2 Lego stores. You'll see most of this footage over the next week or so on the channel when I get round to sort of putting it all out there, but I thought I'd show you off what we got. And you may have already seen the short video that I did about getting the 3 new Lego brickheads for Disney on release day in the Disney Village store. And there they all are. You've got the 3 of them there. You've got the turning red panda there, Melon. You've got Dumbo, the Dumbo elephant from Dumbo, and you've also got Eeyore as well from Winnie the Pooh. Pleased to have picked these 3 up. It felt kind of appropriate just because we were in Disney. They will go on the brickhead stand with the other Disney brickheads. Pleased with them. There wasn't actually that many of these left when we got there, to be honest. I was quite surprised, but ultimately it is a Disney Lego store inside Disney, so it isn't that surprising that release day Disney Lego, there wasn't that many of left. Brickheads were actually only $8.50 each once you did the exchange rate back from €9.99 through to Great British pounds. So it was actually only $8.50 per brickhead, which is actually a pretty good deal considering there are £10 here in the UK. And that'll be a theme of some of the stuff that I'll show you from the Lego store in Paris, which let's dive right into. I'm going to start with this particular catalogue actually to begin with, which is this thing here, which is from January to June, and they had piles and piles of these in the Lego store in Paris. First of all, I really like it. I do wish that we saw more of these. I know we can sort of access all this information online, but it was nice to see it in a sort of magazine style, completely free. And there were piles of these. First of all, I wish we had these here in the UK. It's a lot of fun. I will say that it is from January to June as well, but the only real images that I can see past January are things like the night bus for Lego Harry Potter, which is coming out in March, which of course we've known about for months and months now, so it's no real surprise that that image is in there, and of course the F1 stuff as well that will be coming out in March as well. The other side of this is the fact that there is such a heavy push on the environmental side of stuff for Lego, whether it's the new sort of instructions, whether it's the new paper bags, whether it's that sort of instruction paper manual holder that I showed off on the channel at the very start of January. There is such a push on the environmental side, particularly, of course, with the new card. I say the new card CMFs. They've been in cardboard boxes for nearly 2 years now, the CMFs. So there is such a push on the environmental side that I found it very odd that we are sort of mass printing and producing these. So yeah, a bit of an odd one. I wasn't entirely sure because so much is pushed on the environmental side, and there's even conversations of no instruction manuals moving further down the line, which I first of all could do a whole video about because I think that's a horrific decision, and certainly not something that I would be in support of. But my point stands that we are mass producing these. They're readily available for people to take. And admittedly, I will recycle this. But yeah, it didn't quite make sense that we've got so many of these produced. Let's dive right into what we got from the Lego store in Paris, starting with something that I was going to wait to see if I could get on sale. And likewise with the brickheads, the conversion meant that I didn't actually pay the full price for this in Great British pounds. And it is, of course, the Ahsoka Jedi Interceptor that came out on January the 1st, with, of course, Anakin in there as well. 2 of my favourite 3 Star Wars characters there. And yeah, really happy to have this one. The exchange rate meant that I got it for about £37 rather than the 40 that it would be here in the UK. So almost 10% off. And as I was on holiday, I felt like it was justifiable and something that I could sort of take in my carry-on luggage, as it were. So yeah, that'll be built. It'll be reviewed on the channel. I'm already looking at it thinking it's going to be an interesting review because I try not to do reviews that are too sort of scathing in any sort of way. Even my Arc 170 review, which was slightly sort of nostalgic heavy, and I gave quite a sort of positive score for reflectively probably I was probably a bit carried away with just how much I felt like that 13-year-old, 14-year-old that had those Revenge of the Sith sets in 2005. So it'll be very interesting to see this set up close and personal, because I can remember getting Jedi Interceptors for literally £20 not that long ago. So yeah, we will see how that review goes, but you'll see it on the channel. It's a set that I am excited about purely because of how it looks and purely because of these two figures. Whilst we were in the Lego store in Paris, we also made a couple more purchases. We got some BAM minifigures, and that is for a project that I'll be announcing on the channel in the not too distant future. I've already touched on it with a couple of videos about clones and stuff like that. So that is a project and a partnership that is in development at the moment, and I just had to really, whilst we were in a completely different store that I probably would never end up in again, maybe unless we go back to Disneyland Paris again. But it's yeah, there were some good cool little figures in there which I won't be showing off today, so I do apologize, but it won't be today. I also picked up a CMF as well. I had the scanner out and I picked up a CMF. So everything that we got from the Lego store in Paris. We were, however, when we were leaving, and those who are aware of the Lego magazine here in Europe will be aware of the fact that in the UK you get the poly bag with the magazine, and in Europe you get the poly bag, the magazine, and you also get the trading card as well. And I basically was trying to find the Lego magazines whilst we were in France to try and get hold of as many of those sort of trading cards as possible. It didn't happen. I wasn't able to find any. They're sort of in scarce supply. I also think it's the time of the year or the time of the month where they change over into the next magazine, so it's probably a bit of bad fortune with that as well. A little bit disappointed, but as I was sort of waiting for the plane to leave to come back home, Mrs. Bricker had gone to a kiosk in the airport and actually managed to grab me this, which I thought was really fun. It's like a paper sack of 2 Lego Batman magazines, but you get 2 poly bags in there as well. I think you get some posters as well. The exchange rate means this is actually pretty good value. It was less than £6.50 in the UK, so for 2 poly bags, 2 magazines, etc., very good value. I think it looks pretty cool as well. It was a really nice little sort of gift, as I couldn't grab the Lego Star Wars magazine, so thank you to Mrs. Bricker for that. It was sincerely appreciated, and I'll be popping those open, and hopefully I'll be getting, I'm really hoping I'll get the penguin actually, which would be really fun. Let's move on to the next things, which is actually Disney stuff. You may even be able to see in this video, I don't know how clear this will be, but I've got the Walt Disney Studios hoodie on there. That was a nice little one. We're sort of fighting over that, Mrs. Bricker and I, at the moment. A couple of other cool bits and pieces. You will have already seen this in the thumbnail. It's almost undoubtedly going to be in the thumbnail. But I got a plush Pixar ball. This is so cool. Part of me thinks it'll end up being decor in the room. It may well be on my chair here in the office in the Lego room, or it may well go into one of the Calyx boxes, because it would just about fit the right size. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I sort of caught my eye straight away, and I'd sort of said for a day or two, I'm going to get that Pixar ball, and it has come home with us. Slightly challenging to get home on hand luggage, but we got it home, and yeah, really like that one. Very, very fun, very much a Pixar kid growing up. Speaking of which, we've got a couple of other cool things as well. We got this grape soda thing from Up as well, which is a bottle opener, so be able to open beer and stuff with that. That's pretty cool as a keyring, but I don't think it'll go on my keys. It's very, very heavy, it must be said. And then we got a ton of pins as well. So I got this grape soda pin as well. You're probably sensing a theme here. Don't know if that'll focus on camera. The grape soda pin as well from Up, the famous grape soda pin from Up. We've also got a couple of Star Wars pins as well. One for me and Mrs. Bricker there. You've got the I Love You, I Know, Han and Leia. That's a cool one. I'm slightly concerned I'm going to become a pin person over the next couple of years. That's just another nerdy thing to add to my nerdy things that I collect here in the office in the Lego room. And finally this one, which I thought was really, really nice, and I wanted it as soon as I sort of saw it. And may the force be with you, the Rebellion logo there as well. Really cool. Not sure where they'll go. This one may well get worn when we go back to Disney, because I do like it. And yeah, couple of pins there, couple of little nerdy bits and pieces, and some Lego. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw it over to Mrs. Bricker, who has all the stuff that she got, and I'm not sure what this part of the video is going to look like, but I will see you on the other side of it.
Hello, Mrs. Bricker here, and I'm showing you my Disneyland Paris haul. So the first thing I got was this magnet. I think it's cute how all the letters are different characters. You know what, did a holiday really happen if it's not on the fridge? So I got that magnet. Another thing we got with these little espresso cups. So these were on offer. If you spent a certain amount, you got them for a certain price. And I just love that they've got little Walt Disney quotes on one side, and then the pictures on the other, and they come with little brown coasters, and they're perfect for, like, of course, espresso or coffee, but also just like out on display. And yeah, so I'm excited to give them a little home. Another thing that we actually got two of these, but one of them is drying on the drying rack. So we bought these Disneyland Paris mugs, and I just love this new, like, the new colours in the pattern. It reminded me of the lounge fly that was there. So we got two of these. They're humongous. It's like a pint of tea. So I love these. I think they're so pretty, and I can't go to Disney without buying a mug. Another thing that I got was the Remy shoulder pal, and I love Ratatouille. I love Remy. It's my favourite Pixar film. So we got him. He comes with this little magnetic patch that you put under your shoulder, and then he just pops on. So I put him under my scarf, which whenever we've looked back at the photos from the trip, it's so funny because he is in every photo, and which I don't mind. I love Remy. So yes, he was actually my first purchase. So I got him on the first day we were in the parks, and yeah, he came everywhere with us. It was so funny. So as my love for Ratatouille grew as I was there, I mean, we spent so much time in the studios and the little, you know, the little Ratatouille area. We loved the ride. I bought this jumper. It's so cozy, and I just love Ratatouille. I don't know why I'm trying to justify it. I just love Ratatouille, and this is my new work from home uniform because it's just so soft and cozy. And yeah, so I bought this jumper. Love, love, love. Another thing was I wanted to buy a photo frame. Growing up, we always went to Disney and bought a photo frame and put a photo of that trip in it. I couldn't find one with glass, because this is actually a cardboard one that you would use for like character meet photos or a ride. So I picked this one because it is in the new kind of 2025 branding. And yeah, so we'll print out our favourite picture from the trip, put it in, and then hopefully this will become a cute tradition as our little family grows, and we can look back over years of Disney trips in the frames. So yeah, I love that. Oh, this is heavy. Look at this Mickey Mouse cookie jar. Obsessed. Yes. So we saw this on the first night and we were like, oh my gosh, I think we should get it. And I thought, I don't know if it's going to survive the suitcase, the flight, but it did. We wrapped it up really well. So I'm excited to fill that with biscuits and cookies. I think I might actually put it in the lounge because he's too cute for the kitchen. I want to be able to see him. So we got that, and I'm super chuffed. And then the last thing we kind of got was this print. Again, can you tell that I love Ratatouille? So I wanted to get a print that before I went. I knew this was going to be one of my purchases. And the one I wanted wasn't there. So I had this one. I think it's so nice, especially because it's Paris as well. It just felt right to get it. So yeah, love that print. Can't wait to put it in a frame. But it wasn't until the next night, actually the last night we went in, the one I wanted was there. So I had to get it because the Disney Studios is my favourite one of the two parks. Tower of Terror is my favourite ride. And I think rumour has it that they're changing the name when all the new refurbishment is done, which is exciting, but also I just love the studios. So I wanted to get it to kind of remember. And I thought these would look so cute together. They're done by the same artist. But then it felt so wrong to get two without the third. So here's the third, the Disney Castle, which the three of these together in like a little frame situation is going to be so cute. So I'm excited to put them up. I'm excited to fill that with cookies, our favourite photos, put this on the fridge, might pop the kettle on for another coffee. Woo. Yeah, so this is my little Disneyland Paris haul. So back to Mr. Bricker.
And I realised I also need to blindly do an outro to this video without having seen what she's actually done. But I do know what she purchased. Obviously, I was there, and there's some cool prints and stuff in there. So they will end up on the walls here. Probably not in the Lego room, but certainly in our house or in our new house moving forward. Not quite decided on that yet. We've also got some Lego Star Wars artwork to hang in this room, so that's really exciting. Loads of stuff coming up in this space. We've got some new units of furniture coming into the Lego room within the next month or so. I've sort of touched on that in a video before we left, and we've also got some new projects as well. You may well as well in the next week or so see a couple more mocks. I've been sort of going a bit more mock and diorama heavy. We had some really great responses to that Malfoy Manor video. I sincerely appreciate all the sort of kind words that we had about that, and of course the Prisoner of Azkaban one last year as well. So we've been doing a few more mocks. I've actually got one or two that have already been built, and then I need to sort of film and sort of edit and put together. But there's some really nice, cool, unique Lego builds coming on the channel. Plenty coming up in this space. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. It would be sincerely appreciated. Drop a like on the video if you are a big Disney nerd, or if indeed you are a big Lego nerd. It is sincerely appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome and a nerdy week, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.